game, his last time in SF, had a standing ovation on his last at-bat. That was really emotional for everybody at SF, as he was honored by everyone. He was a great player, never cheated, never did any of the drugs, never took steroids. He was a good player of the game.
He's an overall non-cheating baseball player who played the game respectfully. And Brian McCann, who represented the Braves players in thanking Jones, he said, I'd like to thank Jones for being our leader, our mentor. The players bought the 40-year-old Jones, who is retiring after the season, a pool table.
Oh,
so
nice.
That's not, well, those guys are rich. They'll just get him. They can get him whatever they want. They can get him a car, house, or whatever. Bobby Cox, like I just said, a former manager, he did have something to say during the ceremony. He said, quote, I want to say to Chipper to keep that rope in his mouth and keep pulling Freddie and his troops to the World Series. So Bobby Cox obviously has some high expectations, especially as the Braves they're probably going to get the 1-2 wild card spots to see if they play the Nationals or if they get eliminated.
They have already clinched, so
yeah.
they already have their
Well, you don't
first
know if they're going to win the division or and be the number one team, or if they're going to be the wild card team and let's play that long game playoff against. It looks like it's going to be St. Louis. So let's talk about that question. Just a quick question before we get to the next topic. Braves or Cardinals if it happens in the wild card game?
Braves. Braves are way better. I like their offense.
They're playing the reigning world champions. You know that, right?
Yeah, I know that, but does that make a difference? No. Do they have? I know they're still good without Albert Pujols, but I still think the Braves can do it.
You think so?
Yes, I think so, Steven.
I would have to disagree with you, actually. I will have to go with the Cardinals, really, because I think the Cardinals are going to be red hot like they were last season in the playoffs. And, I think that their pitching is starting to get better. Their offense is starting to line up. And they have a particularly easy schedule to end the season. I think an easier schedule than the Braves. So I'll give my nod to the Cardinals.
Well, interesting, Steven, as we both have arguments there, but, I think the Braves...
It's our own opinions, but...
You can say whatever you want. So, but, I think that'll be a tight game between those two. And we actually have a comment here from I think it's DJ Fizz.
I think it's 97 Radio. Yeah, it looks like it's him.
The A's
with affiliation with 101.9. The A's played a good game today. Let's talk about that. We were watching the game, actually. We did see Brandon Moss hit the 3-run shot in the 9th inning. Or it was the 9th inning or 10th inning?
I believe it was the 10th.
Yeah, I think it was the 10th too. And he got the walk-off to make it 7-4. He got the double dose of everything. He got 2 pies to the face and 3 coolers to the head. So what a big game that the A's, they really needed to win this game. The A's really need to win a lot of games to end the season, especially if they're playing the Rangers to end the season. They need to win. They need to finish the series off good, and then they have to come into the Rangers series red hot, and they need to win probably 2 or possibly sweep them to guarantee a spot into the playoffs.
Yeah, and actually interesting is the Angels-Rangers game was postponed, and they have to play 2 tomorrow.
That sucks. That's unfortunate for the Rangers because they'll lose a lot of energy from those 2 games, and then when they play Monday against the A's could have an advantage as they only play 1 game on Sunday against the Mariners.
So let's go to California law will aid hurt athletes.
Let's go. Robert's pretty much bringing up college football right now. The California law will aid hurt players. This is from the Pac-12. Pretty much, California will become the first state to mandate financial protections for student athletes who suffer career-ending injuries in some of the state's top college sport programs under a bill Governor Jerry Brown announced signing Thursday. CB 1525 protects athletes at the 4 universities that receive more than $10 million annually in sports media revenue. The Pac-12 is USC, UCLA, Cal, and Stanford. they'll have to give academic scholarships to students who lost their athletic scholarships if they are injured while playing their sport. They'll also have to cover insurance deductibles and pay healthcare premiums for low-income athletes, among other provisions. So, Robert, do you think this is a good decision by Governor Brown, who is our Governor Brown? We are from the state of California. Do you think this is a good decision by Governor Brown to really? It's just actually helping athletes get their if their careers end because of injury, they can get some stuff. Do you think this is a good thing?
Yeah, this is a good thing. This is one of the great ideas, and I'm kind of glad that our governor did this. You know, for Pac-12's USC, UCLA, Cal, and Stanford. I'm kind of happy for that as well. I'm kind of happy for the teams for college. I know this is our state, and I'm glad we get the protection.
California. Well, I'm not a Cal fan. Are you a Cal man or a Stanford man?
Stanford man.
Well, we're from the Bay Area, so we're more into the Bay Area stuff like the Giants and the A's and the Sharks and the Warriors and Cal and Stanford and the San Francisco Bulls. You guys,
and the San Jose SaberCats.
And the SaberCats and the Earthquakes. Earthquakes are doing pretty good this year. They're number one in the Western Conference in MLS, and I think the last I heard, they're on the verge of breaking the MLS record for most regular season points, which meaning they get a lot of points off their wins and draws. So, Robert, do you think that the Earthquakes could possibly win the MLS Cup?
I don't know much about soccer, Steven, but
all right, we can skip that.
No, I'll take a guess out of the dark. Yes, they will. And because, well, look for. Just go on their website, please. We're not the soccer guys.
I'll help Robert out. I think Robert does believe that San Jose will win the MLS Cup with the defense really improving from last season, and Chris Wondolowski, MVP candidate, obviously doing some work out there at Buckshot Stadium for the home matches. So I think there you go, Robert. I think that I said that right.
Yes, you did, Steven.
All right. I'll try to help you out, bro. So let's go back. We got a little bit off track. Let's go back to California law. It will aid and hurt athletes. How do you think about this?
As I said before, I think it's really good for all the colleges to have this, to have for California, and our governor made a really good decision here. So, I know we're wrapping up our show here, and guys, please look at our social media. We have a Facebook, Twitter, and actually, Steven, you have something else to say.
Well, that's a little bit early. Let's have a commercial break, so we can check on the most recent news quickly before our show ends. So when we come back, we'll give you some breaking news and all that fun stuff. We might talk a little about the Ryder Cup, maybe, probably not, but we'll see if it works. And the Orioles, breaking news, the Orioles, their win today puts them into a first place tie. Here we go again. Let's have a debate. Yankees or Orioles in the AL East when we come back to the Deits and Steven's All Sports Show here on the National Sports Network in affiliation with Spreaker. I was just a little bit, yeah, trying to make a fool of myself. I know it's on the shelf, fool. And we're back on the Deits and Stevens All Sports Show here on Spreaker.com. And, you know, we're going to be wrapping up the show very soon. And we'll just give you some breaking news. And let's start with the Orioles getting their win to ignite themselves in a tie with in the first place with the Yankees. Orioles tie in the AL East. This is going to be very big, with only 3 or 4 more games remaining in the regular season for both of these teams. It's going to be very big for one of these teams to get the spot in the wild card and get the spot into as a good seed, possibly playing the White Sox or the Tigers. Whoever wins those games. Actually, the Tigers are 2 games ahead, so possibly they will win the AL Central. And you know what? That's it, guys. I'd like to thank the fans. That's my last show. Robert, anything else to say?
I still got shows going. I know I haven't done my own single one in a while, but I will do. I've been doing a lot of commenting. I believe I have games next week as well for Mercy Volleyball. I'll try to get my football games up as well. But check us out at Facebook. We have National Sports Facebook page as well as Twitter, National Sports 1. So follow us on that as we've been trying to get updates. Please follow us, tweet us, Facebook message us on our board. Do anything, guys.
I have a page.
Help us out.
I have a page on Facebook, which is Steven's All Out Baseball Show. You can, guys like that, you can put questions on the wall if you want. Also, I have my Twitter, Steven Hughes 14. You can follow me there. And then YouTube, you can listen to our shows off YouTube. It goes by parts from commercial breaks, so you guys can tune to that. And then Facebook, we have our also on Facebook we have the NFL Going On with Nick and Phil.
Great show.
They have a great show, and they have their own page. You can pretty much post football related questions or statements, or your reactions on the replacement referees.
As well as SoundCloud. We also have SoundCloud, guys. I don't know if anyone listens to that.
I don't know what SoundCloud is. But,
well, it's a website where you can hear our recordings as well.
Oh, really, Robert?
Yeah, really, Steven. Yeah, really. So,
all right.
Hey, guys, you guys make the shows, and we're going to be out here. This is Robert Dieters from National Sports, as well as...
This is Steven Hughes checking out of the Spreaker.com for a little while. I'll miss you guys. Good National Sports. Me and Robert, thank you very much. And good night from the West Coast.